Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mulla with a video on your lesson for today. So we're going to go into the folder for today. So this time we are starting on September 16th. It might be different depending on what year you're watching this. And the first thing I want you to do is go in and take this Google form that I made. So you're going to be making a Google form today, but I kind of want to show you what it would look like then, or what it's supposed to look like when you make it. So I made 5 questions here. So question 1, what's your favorite season? Question 2, if you had to get rid of one of these foods, which would it be? Question 3, what are you most afraid of? Question 4, what imaginary creature would you want as a pet? And question 5, how many siblings do you have? Okay, so this is what you're going to make as well. So you're making 5 questions, and notice that all 5 of my questions have 4 options. That's what yours should look like too. Okay, I know some of these questions then might not answer everything. Like if you had to get rid of one of these foods, which would it be? Maybe you really don't like any of those foods, and you can get rid of all 4 of them. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Pick the food that you would get rid of the most, or if you know it's really hard and you love all of them, again, pick the one you love the least. So I know some of these questions only have 4 options. So like, what is your favorite season? Well, there's only 4 seasons as an option, so one of them has to be your favorite. So think of questions like that. What's your favorite candy? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite things like that? And give 4 options. Again, we're always not going to pick everyone's favorite, but of those 4, what would be your favorite? So very important. You're doing 5 questions with 4 options each. Also notice up here it says record my email address, so everyone will click that button as well, so then we know who is submitting what response. Okay, so you all are going to make a Google form like this. You've all filled out Google Forms before. If you haven't, well, you're going to fill out mine for the first time, but I'm pretty sure we've all done it before, especially when going to the bathroom. We used to have to fill out a Google form, so you had to fill one out then, or if we did the Friday fun things or the AAA days, you filled out Google Forms on what you would want to do. So how to make a Google form. So you're going to go to your Google homepage. You're going to go into these 9 dots over here, and we're going to find the form button. So I got YouTube, Gmail, Drive, blah, 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 blah. My Google Forms button is down here in the second kind of group. It's a purple document, 3 dots, 3 letters, Google Forms. Okay, we're going to make a blank form. Okay, we are going to change one thing here. So in settings, we want to go to responses. And this, just so things don't get messed with, we are going to limit to 1 response. I don't want the same person taking the quiz over and over again and messing with your data when they do that. Otherwise, nothing else is going to get touched. Make sure you keep all these things on, especially like restrict users to ISD 200. This way no one else can do it. And then we will leave like this one on. This way it collects email addresses so you can see who's responding to your form. Okay, so let's go back to questions, and it's pretty straightforward. We're not going to change anything here. We're going to leave this as multiple choice. If yours does not show up as multiple choice first, then select multiple choice. Okay, all of these questions are multiple choice. We're not doing any short answers or paragraphs or check downs or drop downs or anything like that. Everything has to be a multiple choice question. Okay, so we're going to put our question here. So like, for example, I did, what is your favorite season? Okay, and then over here we have options. So option 1, then summer. I need to add an option, so I'm going to click the add an option button, and the second option comes up. I'll type fall, add an option, I'll type spring, add an option, I'll type winter. And there we go. I'm done with question 1. Okay, there's no question after that, so I need to go over here to this plus button, and if I hover over it, it says add a question. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to add a question. Okay, so you are doing 5 questions, picking something like your favorites, or how many of something you have, how many pets do you have, something that has a solid answer and a number. Okay, again, not leaving it open-ended. There's kids last year that did it open-ended. It really messed with the data then. Okay, so you're doing 5 questions. So every time, write your question, fill out your 4 options, add a question. You're doing that 5 times. That is all you're doing today. It is very important that it gets done today, because next class period, everyone in the class will take your Google form. And then the next class period will look at the data from your Google form. So if you are behind today and you don't get this done, well then you're kind of behind the next class, and then you're behind the next class. So again, it is very, very, very important you get these 5 questions done. It should not take us all hour to type out 5 questions and 4 responses. It might take us longer to come up with the 5 questions. That might be harder to think of, but Otherwise, the actual act of typing 5 questions and 4 responses hopefully does not take us the whole hour of class. But again, very important we get this done. Otherwise, you're pretty much going to be behind for the rest of this unit.